One of my favorite meals, grilled cheese and tomato soup. One of my favorites. Click on me so I can read the comments. There we go. Oh, I forget to turn off my overhead sink light. Hello. Hi, RV guys.
RV guys.
Yeah. Thanks for joining. There we go. That's better. No big light behind me. We're going to make tomato basil soup first because we got to get that simmering on the stove so that we can dip our grilled cheese in some tomato soup. Hi guys, where's everyone from? Say hi to everybody in chat. And start by dicing an onion. These onions are a little old. Currently in Florida. Oh yeah, you guys get to move all over the place, huh? One of these days we'll get there. We want to take a cross-country trip this year over like February, March, around that time. And then we started wedding planning. So that got put on hold. Hello from Chicago. Keto bread battle, hoping wedding planning is going well. It is. We are at the final stretch of things. So, should all go well. I'm fine with the wedding. It's more of my work that I'm worried about. That's what's stressing me out, not the wedding. Yeah, I wish we could get cross country with our van. Right now, our van is in the shop because he got hit by someone and completely smashed up the side of the van. So our precious built out van is a little dented now. Hey Sylvia. I'm going to start my pot on like a medium heat. I got my pot on the stove and the pan that I'm going to cook our grilled cheeses in. I'm going to do medium heat with a little bit of olive oil, and I'm not even going to use a whole onion because we're only making soup for 2 people. So about that much diced onion going in the pot. I'm like completely out of the bottle of avocado oil. Gonna open up a new one. Just gonna sweat that down until they're nice and translucent. A little salt and pepper. I'll let that go. I buy keto bread at Food City and it's so much like bread. It browns nicely. What brand do you use? Hello, Dean from Arizona. Today I have... No, you didn't miss part 3. I got my news pretty much the second day, like 2 days after I filmed my part 3. I got the news that my chef was leaving, and I realized I was not going to be able to edit this crazy long video and put it out with the stress of trying to get stuff done for the wedding, because now that he's gone, I'm going to have more stuff to do at work and not going to have as much time to do stuff for the wedding. So I'm trying to get all my wedding stuff done a little bit ahead of time, as much as I can. And then if I get some extra free time, I have the video shot, but it's going to take me a long time to edit because it's so many hours of footage that I can't do it all at once. I got to do it in sections, and it's going to take me forever to edit it. So I really wish I could get it up for you, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to even before the wedding. I'm hoping I can. Sorry, my onions were going crazy. Yeah, I'm sorry. I wish I could have it up soon. Yeah, I mean, I just don't know when I'll be able to, because now my chef's last day is this Thursday. So after this, I'm going to be working like extra days and stuff like that. And I'm trying to get other stuff done, and just craziness. It will be good. I just gotta, because literally in the video, I covered everything in fondant. I stacked all my cakes, and I decorated. So literally it's like 3 long parts that I gotta edit and put together, so. Hi, Jeanette from Brooklyn. I actually don't know if I've shared how we met or not. We actually met at work. I was his boss. He was our grill cook. And after, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 7 or 8 months, we started hanging out and kind of seeing each other on the down low, not telling anybody at work, because we didn't know how they would, like it, I guess. I don't know. But we've been dating for 3 years now. Ugh. My can lid won't cooperate. Trying to open up my canned tomatoes. Spilled it. So I'm using these tomatoes, San Marzanos. They have to be certified from Italy, and they're like a really good product. It's what we use in all of our soups and sauces at work also. Healthy Life has 0 carbs and comes in white, King's Hawaiian. I know what brand you're talking about, and it is one that has gluten in it, which we are going to test one that has gluten in it, the Sola bread. But I can't eat a lot of it. I'll probably only take a bite or 2 of the sandwich I'm going to make, because I'm sensitive to gluten, which I found out when I went keto, that I wasn't having my stomach issues anymore after I cut out gluten. So that's why I don't buy that bread. I have tried a couple that have gluten in them, but I worry about eating them because I don't want the stomach upset. And when there's other options that don't have gluten, I'd rather do that. I'm not paying attention to my onions and they're burning. Hard to talk and cook at the same time. Yeah, flippin' awesome. They are good tomatoes. They have nothing in them but tomatoes. They have like the best flavor. They're a product of Italy. So I use this in all of my soups and my tomato sauce and stuff like that. These are just peeled tomatoes. At work we get tomato strips. This is actually pretty pureed looking, but we're going to puree the soup anyways. My mud cake without the ganache. You mean my lava cake? I think I have 2 different recipes, one with the ganache and one without. I did it differently because the one with the ganache is made with baker's chocolate and the one without ganache is made with regular chocolate. Ah, really? I don't know how to fix that. Sorry. Someone said audio and video aren't aligned. Did you know as soon as you met each other? Did either of you know as soon as you met each other? I don't think we knew as soon as we met each other. I actually asked my fiance that the other day, like, when did you know, like, it was going to be, you know, we were going to get married? And I don't think we either of us really know, like, a specific time. It was just, like, it was just meant. Like, it was just perfect. I don't know. It's okay, Vanessa. Yeah, that's why I don't have any gluten on my channel. It's okay, it's just the people's internet feeds. Oh, yeah. We are adorable. We're sure cute. I can't wait for the wedding. Karen, I have not lost more weight. I actually have probably gained weight. I have not checked the scale in a while because I'm nervous about that. I've been very stressed out and eating for no reason because I just want it and it tastes good and it comforts me. So it's really hard for me when I get stressed out. Like, some people don't eat when they get stressed, like they can't eat. I'm the opposite. My onions are like browned and cooked, so I'm going to add my tomato paste, my tomato puree. And keep an eye on that. Aw, thank you. I know, I just got to keep breathing. I keep telling myself that, like, just chill, it'll be okay. So these tomatoes, this is what I thought they were. They're like whole tomatoes, they're just peeled. So I'm going to stew these down with the onions and cook them through a little bit just to get the canned taste out. And then we'll season it up and add some other stuff to it. And normally I add the tomato paste first to the onions and cook that out, and I forgot. But I also am going to use some chicken bone broth. You can use veggie stock or whatever you want, really. But this stretches the tomato because tomatoes do have carbs. And we're going to be adding tomato paste, which adds a bunch of thickness, and we're going to be adding cream too. So do a little bit of broth to thin it out a little bit. And you can use the broth to rinse out your tomato can. You can use fresh tomatoes, and I actually have a video on homemade sauce from the garden. It's another live stream if you want to check that out on my channel. I actually grew my own San Marzano tomatoes, but technically they're not really San Marzanos because they're not from Italy. But I make pasta sauce from scratch. So you gotta concassé the tomatoes, which means you just boil them, you score them and boil them in water just to shock them, and then put them in ice water, and you peel them, then you cut them and de-seed them, and then you can make whatever sauce you want with them. Hello, I just stumbled across your live. It's great to see you. Hope things are coming together as expected. I have some of the egg white bread left over that would make amazing grilled cheese. We're gonna test it against 2 other store-bought brands. I have my bread in my freezer. I have Base Culture, which I haven't tried yet. I've been meaning to, and the Sola bread. And I meant to change my shirt and stuff before I went live, and I forgot. Yeah, we're going to make some yummy grilled cheeses, and we'll pit them all against each other, see which one's better. I'm sure the gluten one will probably taste the best as a grilled cheese, but again, I can't eat it, so... or can't eat a whole one anyways. Usually if I eat the gluten bread, I limit myself to 1 slice, because I don't know how much gluten is really in it, and I haven't had like more than 1 bite of gluten in a long while. So I just poured some chicken stock into my can and just like rinsed it and got all the tomato. I'm going to add that to my tomatoes. I'm going to turn this up a little bit now that I'm not burning onions. I would normally do fresh garlic in there too, but I don't have any. So, gonna have to use garlic powder. I also got the same San Marzano tomato paste. So you can just keep this tube in your refrigerator for like 45 days and just squirt out however much you need. I kind of like these and kind of don't at the same time. Like the tomato paste cans are so cheap, but then you got to make sure you use it all because, you know, it'll go gross pretty quick. But I like the tubes of tomato paste. I just added a couple tablespoons into my tomatoes and chicken broth. I did about a cup of chicken broth. I'm going to add a tiny bit more. You can always add some more later if we need it a little bit thinner too. Ooh, that was loud. Love the egg white grilled cheese we made, but it can get a little dry. I'd say just add more butter. Yeah, grilled cheese isn't my favorite with my bread. The bread, it doesn't like, I don't know, it just doesn't get the right texture on it for me. But I love my bread for deli sandwiches. Like just slapping a piece of turkey, deli turkey, lettuce, tomato, some mayo. So good. Or BLTs. It's like my favorite. Yeah, but hi, good news, Keto. You made it this time. Yay. We're making some tomato soup. See if I can pull this over here. I can see the comments. I can see them on my screen, but they go away pretty quick. So if I'm doing something, I can't see them. And I, of course, have regular bread for my fiance. All the store keto-friendly breads, I have wheat. Yeah, that's the problem. The only one that doesn't, I found it at Wegmans in the freezer section, is Base Culture. And I've seen it used on Flav City. Like, they use it all the time to make stuff. And I never saw it in stores until the other day. I was at Wegmans, which we don't go there very often, but it was like $8 a loaf. Crazy. So I hope it's good, because I really, really, really hope that it was worth the $8 I spent on that loaf of bread. Yeah, it is so expensive. That's why it's kind of cool that Indigo Nilly, I actually watched one of her videos where she did like a price breakdown of the egg white bread, and I think it came out to like $4.30 a loaf if you get like everything on Amazon, like on the discount, like you buy it in bulk, so you get a lot more for cheaper. And like that compared to, I think that's pretty much what I spent on the solo bread was like $4 something at Walmart. And then it was like $8.99 at Wegmans for the base culture bread. So it's worth it to make your own, I think. What you doing?
Breaking things.
Thank you. How do you say that, your name? Hedish World? Regular bread? No. What regular bread? I'm not using regular bread. I'm using keto breads. Hedish World? Hedish World. Okay, so the soup is finally simmering because I had it down all the way on low. Probably will have to add some more chicken broth to this. I should have relocated my immersion blender over there. It's all the way behind my computer now, so I'll have to figure that out once the time comes. But to season this, the thing that makes me like annoyed at stores is like literally tomato soup. Something so easy, but sometimes I just don't feel like making it at home. I looked at every brand of tomato soup at Walmart. Every single one had sugar in it. Like, why can't you just use monk fruit or erythritol or, I know, too expensive. But I'm using my Locanto granular monk fruit erythritol blend to add a little bit to my soup. And then just garlic powder, because I didn't have fresh, oregano, and basil. And that's it. The base culture bread is $10 at Ingles. I didn't even want to try it at that price. Right. And I just bought it because I'm like, I'm here for the first time in a really long time. And I'm like, I might as well grab it. Oh, yeah, I mentioned the regular bread for my fiance. Yeah. I tried to get him to eat my stuff, but he ate the Philly cheesesteak we made on my, like, flat buns I made. Those were really good. He ate that, and so did his dad. Yeah, we're definitely going to be able to add more chicken stock to that. It's going to make a lot of soup. Well, if you saw the pictures in the video of like my Philly cheesesteak, basically I tried to make sub rolls. So like I did them like this, but I made them like really high. But when they proofed for an hour, they proofed out instead of up. So they ended up just being like, oh, they were like that tall. So I was able to slice them in half and like make a Philly cheesesteak out of them. It was really good. We had your lava cake for Valentine's Day. Yay! Was it delicious? I didn't even celebrate Valentine's Day. I don't even think we ended up going out or anything. Oh, we got our marriage license. That's what we did on Valentine's Day. I've tried the sola bread before, and it was okay. I don't really remember it, but like I said, gluten. It's not the same when you can't have an actual sandwich. Like I had to have a piece folded in half to make like a peanut butter and jelly. I get aggravated with pimento cheese having added sugar. Yeah, it's just those random things. Like, it's like, really? Do you have to do that? Yeah. It's annoying. But at least tomato basil is pretty easy to make at home. I'm just going to start with like a little sprinkle of some Keto Sweetener. We'll add more if we need it. I felt that all the commercial tomato soups were too sweet even before I went keto. Yeah, that's true also. I was even looking at Amy's, like thinking, oh, Amy's will be good. Organic cane sugar, which is better, which I guess if you're on low carb or paleo, that's fine. So I would recommend Amy's if you're fine with organic cane sugar. But tomatoes already have so many carbs in them, so like it's like easier just to add some of your own sweetener. We don't normally celebrate or do anything special, so dessert was our treat. Awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Sola bread piece is too small. They're all kind of small. It is what it is. That's why I kind of like my loaf. It was like a nice big sandwich loaf, and it's like you had a real slice of bread. Well, I gotta open up all my new spices. I just use, it's not actually monk fruit because just monk fruit is super sweet. This is erythritol that's cut with monk fruit to make it 1-to-1 with regular sugar. Even like the Swerve is erythritol, but they add stuff into it to make it as sweet as regular sugar. So this is erythritol and monk fruit extract. It just cuts down on the cooling effect of just straight erythritol, but there's still erythritol in there, and you still get the cooling effect in large amounts. Yeah, Lana, that's true. Most pasta sauces have sugar too. So I'm adding some basil. And I was at the store today, and I should have gotten fresh garlic and fresh basil, and I forgot, of course. I almost never use these on my spice things. Thanks, Lonnie. The egg white bread makes delicious deli sandwiches. It's like the best. Like, it's so quick. Like, it's a quick meal for yourself, you know? You don't feel like cooking. You throw together a quick sandwich. My new spice rack. Ooh, it was a bridal shower gift. I gotta open up all my spices. Oh, I already opened up the oregano, apparently. Okay. So I do just a tiny bit of oregano, mostly basil. Yeah, wedding brain. I was shopping specifically for the wedding, so like I'm like, oh, while I'm here, I should get the Frank's hot sauce we need, and oh yeah, we need buttermilk ranch, and then I didn't even think about what I was making tonight. Figures. If you sold your bread that you make, you would make a fortune. I would definitely buy some. That may not be far in the future. Hint, hint. So keep your eyes open. Found that Rayo's pasta sauce doesn't have sugar. Not sure if all of their... Yeah, Rayo's is the one that most keto people use. Bunch of garlic. I love garlic. There's also one called Victoria's, I think, that doesn't have sugar in it. Okay, now I gotta turn it back down. Boiling too crazy. Okay, so I got garlic, oregano, basil. I did a little bit of salt and pepper in the beginning. There's also, I pulled out the crushed red, but I'm not sure if I'm going to add any. It's kind of weird looking. It's like not normal crushed red pepper. It's weird. Oh, I'm going to open it. Yeah, Victoria's is good. I also found... Oh, I did open it. Kind of strange red pepper. I wonder if it's just regular red pepper and not like spicy red pepper. Nope, it's spicy. It didn't smell spicy. I add a dash of that in there. You have to give a little kick. Rayo's sensitive marinara. Rayo's. Whole Foods 365 brand pizza sauce is good and all clean ingredients. It's also super affordable. Good to know. I wish we had a Whole Foods within 40 minutes of here. We don't. Ours is all the way north of Buffalo, and I live in the south of Buffalo. So, marinara is great, and for me, because it doesn't use garlic or onion. Oh yeah, there's a couple of brands with the Froya, Froya. They have a bunch of like no garlic or onion stuff. It is awesome. Can't wait to get the ball rolling. That's another reason why I'm too busy. I need water. So our soup is just about done. Should probably start building our sandwiches. I'm going to keep this stuff over here in case I got to add more of anything to it. I'm going to turn this way on low. So all we got to do is add cream and burr it up with my stick blender. Hopefully soon. I actually got to I got to bake some stuff for someone to taste test. What are your favorite things that you think I should make sure someone tries of mine? I probably will make the bread. You're here to try. I got someone who wants to try my stuff. I just don't know what I want to make. Oh, I did a test today. I'll show you guys. What does this look like? So good. That video might be coming soon. I had to try to make it for my friend's birthday. Pop-Tarts, you got it! So I have a little bit of my bread left. I gotta make another batch. I got the base culture, which I have not even tried this yet. It's still in the package. I kept it in the freezer. And in the freezer, it's like out of sight, out of mind a lot of times. Then I got the Sola bread. Yep, I'm making my friend who's gluten-free some gluten-free, not keto Pop-Tarts. But I'm like, I might as well test this first to make sure I can do it gluten-free. Might as well make it keto. So I worked it out and it turned out pretty good. Maybe a couple more tests just to see if I can use different sweeteners and stuff. But so this is the Sola bread. It's teeny tiny. I'm just gonna make one sandwich out of this. I might make my boyfriend eat half of this because I don't want to eat 2 pieces. And then this was one of my not so nice loaves. It had like big holes in it. Probably one of my testers actually. It might even be one that I tried a different experiment on. I don't know. But my bread's a little bit bigger than this bread. Little bit. Indigo Nilly found some bulk egg white protein that is extremely cheap. If you have room for it, you get a 5, 10, 20, 50, 100, 250 pounds. Really cheap. Well, I'll check that out. Does she have a video on it? What is whose first name? My fiance? Adam? Well, I've said your name before. I actually bought the last jug of egg white protein powder I bought, I think was a 5-pounder. She says hi, Adam.
Oh.
The RV couple.
Hi.
He says hi. I told him about you. I will give you the info later. She shared it in her group. Oh, okay. Well, I bought a big jug, like this big. I think it was like $50 or something, but I mean, it's like at least 5 pounds, if not more. So I'm in a white protein for a while here. Because I don't have a lot of time to cook my own recipes. Like, I very rarely am able to make a recipe I like more than once or twice. Unless I'm making it for a special occasion, like my bridal shower. I made it because it's going to feed a bunch of people. So I made time to make it. But most of the time when I'm busy working and stuff, I don't have time to make any of my own recipes. She made a video about it too. Mighty Network Group. Yeah, 2.2 pounds for 35. I think I got like a 5-pound for 55. I think that was the price. And then this is the base culture bread. I have tried this. It's a little freezer burn. Can I get just 2 pieces off? Oh, geez. So the base culture is about the same size as the Sola bread. Maybe a little bit taller and thinner. But I'm just going to make them from frozen because you got to cook grilled cheese, keto grilled cheese, you got to kind of do it really low and slow. And I usually put a lid on it to get the cheese melty and to not brown it too much. Hopefully these all brown the same. I didn't even think about that. Mine browns really fast, so I keep it really low. I'm not sure about the other 2 breads. When I made your coffee cake, everyone that tasted it couldn't tell it wasn't regular coffee cake. It was at least 6 different people, all on the standard American diet. That's what I like to hear. That's my goal. I want to do a piece of merch that says, keto or not, here I come. Because my recipes, like, it don't matter if you're keto or not, like, you're going to eat it and you're going to love it. Hopefully merch soon, too. I got to get all my ducks in a row here, though. So much going on that I want to do. A recipe book, cookbook. I got a lot of plans. Okay, so my back burner's on low. I'm going to add butter to the pan. Butter, butter, butter. Lots of butter. Get that melty. I gotta get my cheese out. Love the shirt idea. How do you freeze the bread? I just literally put it in a Ziploc. It's probably not the best way to do it, but I put a paper towel in there because it was like getting kind of soggy almost. So I had a paper towel in there and I just threw it into the freezer real quick because I realized it was getting kind of old and I had to save it because I didn't want to waste it. Now you can't judge me for my grilled cheese choice. My cheese choice. I did buy Great Value brand Kraft singles because I feel in my opinion, nothing melts better than American cheese. But the Great Value brand at least does not have modified food starch. Kraft singles has modified food starch. So really there's nothing like non-keto in it. It's not the cleanest of ingredients with the sorbic acid and the color added and stuff like that, but it's better than having food starch in it. Rose Ache Farms. After the wedding, you will be able to do all the things you want to do along with making little sous chefs. Yeah, can't wait. It's going to be a great year. Can't wait. So I'm going to put 1 piece of each bread down in my pan. Get it covered in butter. So I just have that on super low heat right now. Right. Just do the best you can. Yeah, when we have kids, definitely going to be trying my best to have the best foods possible. But I mean, we're not going to be perfect, but we're not going to be like the family that growing up, we didn't know what all this food did to us. Like eating, it was horrible. Like we'd go to the store grocery shopping. My mom would let me pick out a bag from the bulk candy section, like fill up a bag with like Swedish Fish or Sour Patch Kids or whatever. And it's just like, we didn't know what we know now, you know? So my kid will eat yummy homemade keto baked goods, or probably more paleo, I guess. I don't want to do too much erythritol or anything. But that's another thing. The channel might change a little bit to more low carb, because I'm probably going to stick away from as much erythritol that I'm doing right now. Just because I'd rather have more nutrient-dense sweeteners like honey and maple syrup and stuff like that. At least there's some added benefits. I can't even fit a piece of cheese on this bread. I gotta cut it in half. My bread, I got a piece plus a little chunk of another piece. Okay, American cheese is on. All right, it definitely melts well. It's like the best melty cheese besides Velveeta. How do I feel about allulose? I use it all the time, but again, I might not when I get pregnant. I'm not sure. I guess it depends. It does cause me some stomach upset sometimes, so I probably will. But then I'm just not going to have ice cream. I love my ice cream. But I don't know. It goes straight through, so it doesn't cause any insulin spikes. I think I'll just have to like see how my body feels. Like kind of do a little trial and error thing, like small amounts, and see how my body acts. You know what I mean? Right now, I love allulose because it's the only one that's kind of similar to regular sugar. It's great. This is how I always make my grilled cheeses. American cheese, some cheddar, and some mozzarella. I'm at work, I do provolone. No judgment, just love your baking style, especially the use of coconut flour over almond. Yeah, I've never been a fan of, before I started my YouTube channel, I tried tons of recipes, and I never liked the almond flour. And when I discovered that whey protein isolate could be used with coconut flour, because a lot of times coconut flour makes things way too dry, adding the whey protein isolate makes it not as dry, and it works out really well. Make keto chow ice cream in the Ninja Creamy. If I had a Ninja Creamy, I would, but I've been debating on buying it because I don't have a lot of counter space right now, and it's a one-use kind of thing, and I don't know, I just don't see putting it on my counter and taking up space. Well, this keto bread is so tiny. It's so hard to put cheese on it. You make keto chow ice cream every night? I do love keto chow. I don't drink it anymore because I don't eat more than once a day, but it's amazing. Makes egg pudding so creamy, and keto chow too. I don't know, maybe I'll invest in it one day, but I gotta be out of this kitchen doing some other stuff in another kitchen. That way I have more room in here to do stuff. Okay, so I got all my cheese on there. I add dry onion to my grilled cheese. Don't ask me why, I just do. If I felt like doing the whole bacon and everything, I would totally do that also, but don't got time for that. Although we're dipping it in tomato soup, so we don't need the bacon. The nice thing about a meal like this, if you use my bread, is it gives you the protein. Not a lot of protein in this meal. Yeah, I need more room. We are planning to like knock out some walls in here, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. I'm gonna get this bread back in the freezer. I don't want all this thawed out. Onion on grilled cheese sounds yummy. I'm a big fan of onions. Yeah, I just use the dehydrated onions. I put it in my mac and cheese too. What about the wedding registry? The problem with... I didn't do a wedding registry. I did a bridal registry. And everything at Bed Bath & Beyond was pretty much out of stock. So, even if I did put it on, it probably wouldn't have been in stock. It was annoying. Everything was out of stock. I put on there a tabletop like ice cream churner, and it was out of stock. Okay, so all my sandwiches are together. I lost my ability to smell and taste over 1.5 years ago, so I base a lot of things on texture. I'm now calling myself the tasteless chef. Nice. Well, nice for the name, not the unfortunate of losing your smell and taste. That sucks. I was so happy that I did not get the Delta variant and lose my sense of taste and smell. That would have made my job so much harder. That's not gonna work. Do I have a lid for this? I gotta. Oh, not enough room. There you go. I got room on my stove. Okay. Gonna let that chill for now. Aw, thank you for the $20. Aw, I really appreciate it. I didn't even know that worked yet. Thank you very much. I appreciate it so much. It'll definitely go towards the wedding. Or a Ninja Creamy, maybe. I want to eat a piece of cheese now. Like, I just snack on cheese so bad. We gotta puree up our soup. Smells good. You see? Lots of spices. We gotta taste test it too. Anyway, love onions, good in bread too. Yeah, I love onion rolls. When I was first testing the egg white bread, I was making onion rolls, and we had them for Christmas with our ham. It was good. Smells yummy. Gotta add some cream to it. Yes, do a wedding registry on Amazon where people can buy whatever or put some towards a purchase. Yeah, I know. That's just another thing I'd have to do. Just like, just give us money. So I'm just like, the bridal registry was a big enough of a headache. I should have just done Amazon, really, is what I should have done. But I didn't even think about it. And like, we were making decisions so quick. Like, 'cause I was just feeling pressured to like get decisions made. And like, we got my bridal shower invitations out so quickly. And like, we had to have a registry. And then I had to start putting stuff on it. It was a mess. Oh, I hit my lights. Oopsies. The wedding is March 20th, 4 weeks away. I finished my wedding cake topper. I made my own wedding cake topper too. That's done. But now I gotta make the whole wedding cake. Yay! I want you to see the glycine comment, hence the triple mention. It is incredibly healthy, bakes well, and measures almost exactly to sugar. 0 carb and calorie. Sorry I kept missing it. I don't know what glycine is. Is it just a sugar substitute? Thank you. I'm sure it'll all work out. It's just like, so much to do, so little time. It smells good. We gotta get the blender going. Blender. I guess I should do it over there, away from the phone. I do have inulin, actually. But in too much inulin, it would upset my stomach. It's an essential ACOD, isn't it? I don't know. It's an essential ACOD, isn't it? It's my collagen powder. Oh, I don't know. Oh, now I gotta find. Oh, there it is. Okay, I blend up my soup. Hopefully this isn't too loud for you guys. Turn it on low. I'll have this linked below probably in the next couple days. This is like one of my favorite kitchen tools. BSTY. I think it's just an off-brand and it was super cheap. But it whips whipped cream in 30 seconds. Love it. I don't use the blender attachment as much as I thought I would, but I don't make soup that often. Glycine is a non-essential amino acid. It's a sleep aid. Interesting. We gotta try our soup. Make sure it's seasoned good. No, I'm talking to you. Why would I be talking to you?
Because I'm here too.
It is super good. I think it just needs a tiny bit more sugar. It's a little acidic. It's really good though. Should probably check our grilled cheeses soon. Cheese is starting to melt. Ooh. My stepmom made these for my bridal shower. Aren't they cute? to turn it up a little bit more. Have you tried the konjac root? Oh, the noodles? Yeah. That's what I first started using back in the day. Pretty much any shirataki noodle is... They go by tons of different names now. Shirataki noodles, healthy noodles, skinny noodles. They're all konjac flour. Thank you. You know how we make vanilla sugar with vanilla pod? You think you could do that with allulose or erythritol? Yeah, I would say that'd be easy to do. Same thing. Just put your vanilla bean pod in your sugar. You'll have vanilla sugar. My mom is making me homemade vanilla extract. I think I get it next year Christmas. It takes like 2 years to make. With like real vanilla bean pods. Freeze leftover canned tomato paste in 2 or 3 tablespoons and ice cubes and wrap, press, seal. Good idea, Marcia. I do that and then I forget about them. Like I still have little containers of chipotle, pureed chipotle that are in my freezer that have been in there for like 3 years and I keep forgetting I have them. So I'd probably do the same with tomato paste, but that is a good idea. And I don't have ice cube trays anymore. Now that I've had an ice cube maker for like 3-4 years now, I got rid of, I think they're somewhere in here, but I'm not sure exactly where. The Asian Keto Girl has a noodle recipe. Yeah, I actually have worked with that stuff before in culinary because you can make like fancy like balsamic pearls and stuff out of it, like little jelly filled pearls, like balsamic filled jellies for like fancy dishes. So I have kind of messed with molecular gastronomy a little bit. So I wasn't surprised when they did that. I'm like, oh, I really should have thought about that, but oh well. Do I have a flipper? Where's my flippers? In the dishwasher. So my Adam says. And it's not clean. No, it ain't. It's got food on it. Okay. Spatula. Flip our grilled cheeses soon. Let's take a look. Not done. Got it turned up now, so hopefully it won't take too much longer. Gotta taste our soup again. I added a little bit more sugar, but I think the garlic is right. That is yummy. The red pepper just added a little bit of like a flowery spice to it. Some more basil. Would be good with some fresh basil. Did you turn the heat off when you covered it? I missed something. No, I didn't turn the heat off. I just have it on really low and I covered it so that the cheese will melt and it'll brown really slow. But I turned it up a tiny bit because the cheese is starting to melt, but the bread's not toasting. So turn it up a little bit. We've been on an hour. Should probably get this stuff cut. Off topic, but I've been looking for a good keto scone recipe without almond flour. I do not have a scone recipe yet. The problem is, I don't like traditional scones. I mean, do you guys like the dry, like, crumbly scone? I don't know. I used to make one at a pastry shop. It was cranberry orange, and it was like a drop biscuit scone. So good, with like drizzle with icing. Oh, it was delicious. But it wasn't a traditional scone. I've never really liked traditional scones. I will use my old ice cube trays for leftover coffee. That way I have iced coffee. There you go. I used to do that too, actually. I'm going to grab a couple of plates to put these on. Only issue is the oil from the coffee are very sticky and they don't release easily from the tray. Yeah, I used to actually work at a coffee shop. They still are around and they're the only place that has coffee cubes for coffee. So I used to have to like replenish the coffee cubes and like you really gotta like twist those things to like get them to pop out. We used to have to refill it like every day. We used the coffee that was left over from our pots in there, freeze them. The next day we'd pop them all out. But it is a good idea. I usually just drink. Coffee's not really a big part of my routine anymore. It used to be like really important to me. Now I fast every day, so I don't even worry. Like, it's just a routine now for me. So it's just coffee with vanilla stevia in it, and that's it. Totally cool with non-traditional. Oh, the cheese is melted. Cheese is melted. See if it's toasty. A little bit. Ooh, mine is toasty. I should have like turned them because they're all like in the middle, but more in the middle and one on one side. I'm talking about the scones, non-traditional scones. We make fresh iced tea every day. Ooh, nice. Still just have my soup on low. I just stirred in a little bit more basil. I'll bring you over to see what this side of the grilled cheeses look like. So this is the base culture, which it crisped up pretty good actually. This is the Sola bread, and then this is my bread. So it's a little, they're all melty, so we just need a little bit more browning. And then we can taste them. Gotta put some more butter in the pan, I think. Butter, butter, butter. I put a lot of butter in my grilled cheeses. Giant grilled cheese, yes please. Excited to try all these against each other. The base culture I've never tried. I don't know if you guys even know what the macros are on the reason I bought this, and because it's the only one on the market that I've found that doesn't have any kind of wheat or gluten in it. It's just water, eggs, almond butter, flaxseed meal, arrowroot flour, psyllium husk powder, almond flour, apple cider vinegar, sea salt, baking soda. Non-GMO ingredients. This one is a little bit higher in carbs though. It's 4 grams for 1 slice. So all those other keto breads that have the wheat gluten in them, they're like 0 or 1 or 2 per slice. The Sola bread, I think, is 2 grams per slice. I have used it and think it's similar to sugar. Oh, still talking about the glycine. Gave them all a spin. Thank you. Saying mine will beat the others. I don't know. I've never had the base culture one. I probably should make Adam a grilled cheese while I'm working on this.
Yes, please.
He says, yes, please.
Hungry.
He's hungry. I didn't have room for his sandwich in my pan, though. I can put him on the outskirts. My bread, 100%. Should say Beth beat the others is what I meant. Oh, I knew what you meant. You want 1, 2? 1? They're kind of small slices.
You can make 2, please.
Okay. Have faith he needs to switch. Why wouldn't he? I don't know. Because he likes it, I guess. And he's insanely skinny, so he doesn't need a diet, I guess.
I appreciate keto.
He loves all my desserts. Like,
I wish I could be keto. I'd probably feel a lot better.
he just has no willpower. And he doesn't have, well, he does get upset stomach sometimes from gluten. But I know he needs it for his health. Maybe one of these days. I told him I was making 3 different kinds of grilled cheeses on keto bread. I'm like, you getting regular bread? Yeah. Yeah. I think our Sammys are almost ready. Blind taste test. Adam, you want a blind taste test and see if you can guess which one my bread is?
I'll know which one's yours.
Yeah.
I've eaten plenty of it.
Huh?
They all think that I've never even eaten any.
I don't think that.
I would know what it is. For sure.
Hello, Joker. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll know my bread. He's eaten it many a times.
The guinea pig. I've tried everything.
Yeah, I don't know. Can you guys hear what he's saying in the living room? Do I have to repeat what he says? He said he's my guinea pig. He tries all my stuff. Hey, your Sammy's almost done. Yes, you heard him? Okay. You can't hear him? Yeah, he just said he's my guinea pig. I literally am like, is this bread better than this bread? Can you taste test all my breads for me? So I did a bunch of experiments, but nothing was as good as the first one I made was the best out of all of them. But I kept experimenting. I know, the Kraft Deli Deluxe. We used to get them all the time, but I saw that the Great Value didn't have modified food starch in it, so I grabbed those instead. Okay, there is our Sola bread, grilled cheese. This is our base culture. Got a little brown. And this is my grilled cheese. Grilled cheese taste test. Look good and smell really good. Gotta get a knife to cut them. Oh, I use my new steak knives. No, that's overkill. Just use a butter knife. Oh, that's not a knife. That's a spoon. I keep an eye on his grilled cheese. Did I put the wrong side down? I did. Him right in the middle. I'm going to turn this down. Do not want to remake his grilled cheeses. Okay. Base culture. Start there, because I haven't tried it. Oh, it ripped. It's pretty crispy. Oh. Nice and cheesy. You say? You are incredible. We are trying stuff, but you are braving a new delicious world. I'm trying. So, base culture. Not bad. It reminds me of a keto cracker. I think probably because the only almond flour I ever eat is a keto cracker. That's another thing I need to do. Make a coconut keto cracker. Because my poor mom's boyfriend can't have crackers with his cheese because nobody makes coconut flour crackers. Still good grilled cheese. But you definitely taste the almond flour. Sola bread. I feel like I made grilled cheese when I tried it. It was really good. I don't want to eat too much of these because I want to dip it in my tomato soup. Probably only gonna do. Oh, I should have made Adam only one sandwich because I can't eat this whole sandwich. Sola bread. Tastes like regular bread. So the Vitamin Shop Whey Protein Isolate has no emulsifiers. I think it really affects the bread. Maybe affects it in a negative way. Might be the case. That's why I stick with one, because I know how it works. So it's really hard to, like, when people ask different things, it's like, I don't know, because I know what works. So I stick with it. Same thing with like pea protein and stuff like that. Yeah, Sola bread, it has gluten in it and other bad ingredients, so I'm not going to take another bite. But it tastes like bread, but that's because there's vital wheat gluten in there. And I think there might be like soybean oil in it too. I'm not sure. But it's been in my freezer for a while. Couldn't tell. I should probably check his sandwiches, huh? Put more butter in the pan. Do another second on that side. Turn it up a tiny bit. I'm gonna eat soon. And my bread. Cheesy, melty goodness. And these were all frozen, and I cooked them from frozen. So soft. That's the thing, it kind of stays too soft almost for grilled cheese. But these were a little bit thicker slices. I usually cut them a little bit thinner than this. I must have been in a hurry. But it's a pretty good sandwich. It is a tiny bit dry. The thing is, with keto products, it's almost just whatever works for you. Obviously, if you can't afford the ingredients or don't have the space to make the homemade bread, you know, Sola bread, if you're not allergic to gluten or can handle gluten, it is good. It's tiny and not cheap, but I say the base culture, if you're gluten-free and you can't make your own bread, it's a decent option. I just saw Serious Keto's Kiss My Keto bread review, and he had no glycemic spike or anything on those breads. And they're, I think he said $10 a loaf. So pretty similar to the base culture. And I'm guessing they taste pretty similar to the base culture bread. Kiss My Keto. I keep misplacing my rag. My hands are dirty. Ladle up some soup. There's my soup. Homemade tomato basil with grilled cheese. Base culture is definitely cracker-like. Fox Black. Aw, thank you. I mean, it's semi-low carb. It's just tomatoes, heavy cream, a little bit of onion, tomato paste, and chicken stock. It's just I added Locanto granular monk fruit erythritol blend because every soup at the store has sugar in it. This one has no sugar in it. Definitely taste the basil. Those San Marzano tomatoes have basil in them too. So you got basil there, and then the dried basil I added. And you can taste the garlic. It's really good. Well, I think it's about time for me to head out of here. Eat my dinner. Ooh, gotta flip Adam's sandwiches. Almost forgot. little bit, and his will be done in a minute. But my guilty pleasure keto bread is Chompy's. It's light, like whole wheat sandwich bread, but it's definitely dirty keto. I've never even heard of Chompy's bread. I heard of Chompy's meat sticks. Yeah, don't forget a sandwich. I just flipped them, so they should be done in a minute. I turned it up too because they're melty. So, thank you guys all for joining me. I'll see you next time. I'll definitely be back, hopefully soon, with many more keto dessert recipes. Bye, guys.
Say thanks for joining me.
Thought so.